Hey friends, it's me, your pal Kelly Zimnikas, and welcome to episode number 45 of It'll Be Fine, the still socially distant baking food chat show. I hope you're doing okay today. On today's show, pizza! Pizza! Oh my gosh, my favorite thing. Ugh. If you say it enough, I need it to appear. Very Pavlovian for me. Always got pizzas in the fridge, like the freezer. I got pizza on my shirt today. This shirt, by the way, is by a fantastic artist out of Brooklyn, New York, by the name of Simon. He has a website, Pigeon on Pigeon. Check out the Instagram account too. And this shirt is entitled Pigeon Thinking About Eating Pizza. So very appropriate. When my guest today suggested we make pizza, I was like, say no more. Say no more. My guest, by the way, is making his own version, and then I'm making my version. So you guys are getting two pizzas. How cool is that? We're making them ourselves. It's gonna be fine. By the way, my guest, the very funny Toronto-based comic, and a guy with a big, big heart. I'm so glad he's my friend. He's a funny dude, and it's so cool to be in his company. I'm very grateful. Mike Payne is on the show today. He's a cool guy. I'm glad he's baking with me, something savory. And on today's show, we are offering some love and offering some attention to Black Lives Matter. Check out your city chapter. I'm in Toronto, so I'll give an extra shout out to Black Lives Matter Toronto. But in the show description, if you are at all able to support them financially, that would be amazing. Or just read about them, learn about what they do, educate yourself a little bit. You'd be doing yourself a mighty big favor. So enjoy the show today, guys. We got pizza. It's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I'm subtle about it.
I'm really excited to make pizza with you today, though, you know?
Dude, I'm so excited. I find pizza is so Pavlovian. Like if you say it too many times, I need to consume it.
Yeah, oh, it's so delicious. I just think it's the best food. Like, I mean, I like a lot of things, and there's certain things like on occasion that you make like once a year that are fantastic and
Yeah.
they're great for that time. But I couldn't eat it every day, you know? And pizza definitely fits that criteria because, I mean, I can't say I haven't eaten it every day at points.
It is so good, and you can have it as a savory dish, which is what we're doing today, or you can make a dessert pizza if you're feeling so inclined. So it does it all, which is awesomeness. Now, what are you putting on your pizza today?
I'm keeping it pretty simple. I'm going to do mushrooms, and some people are going to kill me for this, but I'm using canned sliced mushrooms.
Okay.
And the reason for this is that they kind of have a rubbery texture, and when it comes to eating mushrooms on pizza, people either do one thing wrong or the other thing wrong, in my opinion, and that is they'll use fresh mushrooms that haven't been cooked, and that's weird because they don't really cook in the short period of time that it takes for a pizza to cook in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
And then there's the people who, on the other hand, hide them in the sauce or something like that. But in this case, I like using these guys strictly because they're they kind of chew like they're cooked already, and you can put them on top and they still look really good in their uniform. So,
That's cool.
Wow, I got really defensive there because I'm using a canned item. How are you?
It's all good. You know what? I don't think I've ever had mushrooms out of a can.
Oh, really?
I don't think I ever have.
It's just it's good old salt of the earth Canadiana from Walmart.
Amazing. I'm keeping my pizza simple as well. I'm going with, I'm showing my ingredients here. I got some basil, which I love, some tomatoes, and I thought I'd do a little blue cheese.
Hey, blue cheese is not for everybody, but if you like it, that's great. I'm not big on it myself.
So far, nobody who has been on the show likes blue cheese. It's just me.
I mean, this is one of the benefits of social distancing is I don't even have to try your stuff, you know, in this particular case.
That is fair.
Okay, I'm turning on the stove anyway. I got to preheat some stuff. So
Yes.
I'm preheating the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yep.
On bake, not broil, because that's a mistake that I've made at one point. And I've got a cast iron frying pan on the top,
Amazing.
and I'm going to preheat the cast iron frying pan on top of the stove
Perfect.
because of the way I like to make it. I've
Yeah.
also got just like a simple saucepan, and I'm just going to make a really, really simple sauce while we're here. No chopping even. It's just going to be really simple.
Oh, that's fantastic. For myself, I'm just going to chop up my ingredients of tomatoes and basil and put my cheese on. It's all going to bake together. So you're doing a bit on the stovetop. I'm doing everything in the oven. And sauce-wise, along with my blue cheese, I also have feta. And I've got some vegetable oil, Italian seasoning. So, yeah, mine's not a tomato sauce base, but that's okay too. Now,
Hey, there's all kinds of different pizza, right?
there's pizza for every occasion, like a purse or shoes.
That's when I try to use olive oil with it, because you have to oil the pan
Yes.
and you have to oil the dough as well. So it's kind of it's almost like a fried pizza in a way. I've noticed that when I use olive oil, it burns. All the time, I end up with a very smoky house because I don't actually have a range hood. This is the limit
Neither.
legally in Toronto for people to have cupboards in comparison to or in proximity to your stove. And so I go for canola oil.
Okay, cool.
It has a higher burn temperature.
I only have vegetable in my house, but
Oh yeah?
yeah.
No oils? Do you not have a cupboard full of oils?
I have sesame oil and coconut oil, but I didn't think they'd work. And I don't know about your neighborhood, but my area of the city, stuff like specific oils, maybe even something like cinnamon, during COVID-ness, has been very hard to find.
Yeah, I got really lucky and loaded up on some olive oil when I went up to Woodbridge at one point.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and I found this too. Really cool cake and pastry whole wheat flour.
Sweet. Nice.
$12. Just nuts. I'm gonna start by putting a little bit down.
Please do. Now, what has been the strangest thing you have bought in these times of quarantine? Either just like food or for entertainment? What's the weirdest thing you bought?
Well, I don't know if it's that weird. It's kind of like a trend these days. But I bought a Dutch oven to do bread in.
Nice.
So that's, I guess, not that strange. Both of my air conditioners broke, so I bought 2 air conditioners at once, which was very expensive. Because I'm not really
both of your air
hand one at this point, right? Because I don't think it's
yeah.
a contact thing. I don't want to mess around.
But you had both of your air conditioners go down at once?
Yeah, they went down at the end of last season. So I literally, like, it sounds like, oh, they just went down. No, they went down at the end of last
Oh,
season.
okay. Gotcha.
Took it off, and now, like, oh yeah, got to do it now. Cool.
Yeah.
Weird stuff though. Let me think on that. What about you? Have you found anything? Have you bought anything strange?
I'm going to be honest. For my birthday, I treated myself to a stupidly expensive face cream.
Oh yeah.
There was no reason to spend that much money.
How much?
It was like $60. That's a lot.
$60? Yeah, I have apparently my girlfriend gave me she gave me this little tiny jar from L'Oreal, and it's really good for my face because I'm very sensitive.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks later, I was like, so how much did that cost her? She's like $80. Like, oh, I'm almost out of it. Can you get me more?
Yeah, it's so dumb how expensive it is. Ugh, it's crazy. Yeah. But I try to go for products that have as natural stuff as can be in them. But the lovely and talented Luba Magnus posted recently, she's been washing her face with honey and noticing great results. Honey, yeah.
Honey, like straight honey, or is there something else like baking soda? I don't know.
Nope. I think she's just washing her face with honey. So,
Wow.
fun food facial tip as well. Egg yolks make a great face mask.
Egg yolks.
Egg yolks, yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I've tried that. I've put egg yolk in my hair before because I was told that it was really good for dry scalp, and I suffer from horrendous dry scalp a lot of the time. And it didn't work. It just made my hair, like my head, smell like an omelet for a couple days,
Well, I find on the face, if you're noticing your skin's a bit dry, it seems to moisturize nicely. So, for me, anyway. But I have washed my hair with vinegar in the past. Yeah.
In vinegar, I've heard about that. I've heard that the apple cider thing is really, really, really good. I haven't tried that either.
No, I get really bad acid reflux when I do the apple cider drinking. I don't know if you do that.
Yeah. The whole buy brag apple cider.
I can't do it.
Like what, drink like a quarter cup or something a day? Or would that kill you? I don't know.
I don't know, man. But I can't stomach it at all. I try to keep my diet really varied and try to be, as fresh with my ingredients as possible and limit the processed shit and sugars. What about you? How would you say the Mike Payne diet is?
Well, I wouldn't call it. I'd call it more of a lifestyle than a diet. That lifestyle is very sedentary and full of carbohydrates.
Fair.
Like it's funny if the girlfriend's here, or if I have a guest over that I have to cook for, there's a lot more effort, and I'm sure other people go through this as well. There's a lot more effort put into preparing meals and making things healthy and making things taste gourmet and delicious. But if I'm making food for myself, it's not even like it's parts of meals.
Okay.
It's like, what are you having for dinner today, Mike? I'm having pasta. What are you having on the pasta? No, I'm having pasta. That's how bad it can get. I've been doing a lot better than that recently, but it can get that bad.
That's awesome.
You know what I call that lifestyle? It's called depression. Like that's the whole thing right there in a nutshell.
Tender flake, feta, blue cheese. Might toss on some capers, tomato, and basil.
What I'm doing is I'm preheating the oil. I had to take it off because it was getting a little too hot. Take it off pan, and I'm going to take these 4 cloves of garlic.
Oh, nice.
Like these guys here, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife flat side down, and I'm just going to whack it and take the skin off, right?
Sweet.
Because it comes off real easily once you've broken it, and they go in and they fry up a little bit.
Nice. I'm just doing a bit of cheese prep myself. That's another thing I have had a hard time finding. Fresh garlic.
Oh, really?
Super weird. So I've been buying minced in a jar, which has worked fine.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. Although the flavor can be different depending on how you treat it, right?
That is true. Yeah. But I need my garlic.
Have you ever heard of black garlic?
Mm-hmm.
It's I've been watching a lot of Bon Appetit on YouTube, and what's his name? Brad Leone on there. He does a show called It's Alive, and it's all fermented stuff. So he makes pickled things, and one of the things he makes is black garlic, and it's aged. I can't remember how they do it exactly, but it's supposed to taste like it's aged, and it really does darken a lot. It looks like something you'd throw in the garbage, but apparently the flavor is like really rich and musty and kind of woodsy,
Yeah. As a woman of Eastern European descent, fermented foods are my jam. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love I was in Latvia last year with my father and one of my brothers, and oh my gosh, I was in heaven with all the pickled and the fermentation. So good.
Adding a dash of paprika.
Nice, nice.
Little tiny dash of this ginger.
Okay, ginger's a good call.
This is a war wound. Right there. That's because the tomato sauce is too hot and it's spitting at me.
The baking, any kind of baking or cooking wound, I'm so proud of.
Just show it off. Oh, there's a big welt there. Yeah.
Like I've got a spot on my finger. There's a burn mark from cookies I made a boyfriend at one point. So Wade, that's from you, buddy. We're not together anymore, but I got the stuff.
Clearly.
We're still friends, though. I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's always good to leave on good terms. I'm still trying to figure that out. I don't know how to do that.
It's tough. It's not with everyone. I mean, I've definitely had some relationships. I saw an ex recently, and it was like I swallowed nails. It was terrible. Not a good thing.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, in the meanwhile, I've added some just general Italian seasoning, some chili flakes, and some powdered garlic as well. I know I got a lot of garlic in here already, but
that's awesome.
That's what I like.
I love garlic. I am so on team garlic. By the way, your dough, you're using the whole wheat. I am going with puff pastry, which viewers,
that's exciting.
I love doing pizza with puff pastry as the base. Love it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of rando. I don't know what possessed me to try it in the first place. I think, you know what? I think it might have been a Bon Appetit article or a video I saw. I'm going to put parchment down on my sheet pan for my pizza.
That makes sense. Makes easy cleanup.
Yep.
This is actually pretty easy too because there's so much oil involved. The pizza will not stick. Like there's no way.
Right.
Yeah. I've never used whole wheat dough before, so I'm actually going to knead it a little bit. I think it hasn't quite bonded to itself. We'll see if this works. Anyway, it's always good when you get to experiment a little bit, especially when it's being recorded and put on the internet. Anyway.
For millions of people to see.
What's that?
For millions of people to see.
Millions of people to see. I think I don't need the whole thing either, so I just tore like a third of it off.
I got my dough here that I'm holding up. Just for the puff pastry that I'm using by Tender Flake, it comes in these little squares. So I'm just using one because I'm basically making a personal pizza, so I'm not needing too much.
You remember how that was like the big thing when we were kids? Personal pan pizzas at Pizza Hut?
Oh my gosh. That, or I don't know if you ever did this at like a home lunch, or like if you had a friend's parent or maybe a parent make this yourself, but like a pizza on an English muffin, you do a little personal one.
Sure. And you put it into the toaster oven?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wonder if I've been trying to figure out what Toronto things are, like specifically Toronto. I wonder if that's like a specific to Toronto weird little thing. I doubt it because obviously all of those things are available elsewhere. Yeah. But you never know.
I don't know. Yeah, there's like certain markers of my childhood, and that is one of them. Like the little English muffin pizza. That's the '80s for me completely.
Did you ever have cheese toasties?
Yeah.
Same thing, toaster oven, right? Like it's just like open face grilled cheese, baby.
Okay.
You guys see this?
Oh, I wish I could taste that, man. Oh, that looks good.
It's good. I'm not gonna touch it with my tongue. I'll burn my tongue. But it will be going on to. Oh, yeah, that's cool enough still. So I will do like so. Little.
Just hold that up a bit higher, Mike.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, is that better?
Perfect.
Yeah, and then so delicious. You just move it around with the top of the spoon.
Awesome.
Top of the spoon, like so. That looks pretty good. I like it a little saucy. That's kind of on the saucier side.
Yeah.
I'll put it back down. I should turn the burner back on. Down to like 5, like halfway.
Yeah.
And I'll sift a couple of these little garlic guys out of here.
Ooh, nice.
Little whole cloves of garlic, like delicious guys.
Amazing. You know what I gotta say, you know what my father does with garlic? He eats a garlic bud like an apple.
That's disgusting.
Perfect. Just dressing them.
Garlic guys out of here. Or were you born in Latvia?
I was born in Montreal, Quebec, actually.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, moved to Etobicoke, Ontario, the Etobicoke, in 1985.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you've been like 7 around then?
yeah, so it was the summer of '85. So yeah, I think it was 7. Yeah, my brother was pretty young. He's 4 years younger than I am. So we've grown up here. We've grown up in Ontario.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. I can hear the Toronto accent with you though. You know, like I'm from Toronto, and it's sort of rare to find someone who was born and raised here.
Yeah.
Who has like the true, like we speak incredibly fast a lot of the time when you find somebody else who has it.
Yeah.
But you have like 90% of it, you know, like from my ear. Not that I'm an expert or anything like that. This is me just finding interest in the world, you know.
That's super interesting because when I came here, my English was 50-50 because I went to school, spoke French. I had friends I spoke French with. And so when we moved here, I worked really hard to learn English properly.
Right.
And I remember having one teacher, his name was Mr. Christie. It was at Millwood in Etobicoke. And I would just watch him so intently to just see how he said words. I listened as best I could. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go. He was a good teacher, I guess.
Well, yeah, apparently. I mean, you sound like a native speaker, of course, like speaker of English.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, when you spend a certain amount of time at it, especially when you're young, it's just going to happen.
Absolutely. You know, yeah. But
I remember being a kid and being jealous of kids who had families that spoke another language. Because, like, my family, yeah, I can understand Scottish people, which is, I guess, an accomplishment to some. But I just remember growing up and always wishing that I had another way of communicating with people. And I guess I could have spent more time and really learned French. But, you know, I did learn. I had extended French in grade 7 and 8. So that was like French and history and math as well as just the regular French class.
Okay.
And so I learned a little bit, but I can barely understand any of it now. You know what I mean? It just goes.
It totally does. It's like use it or lose it, right? Going to Latvia last year with my dad and Kevin, I was envious as fuck that I couldn't speak the language. Especially since going around Riga and seeing at the farmers markets, you know, variations on my family name because Zemnikas means earth farmer in Latvian. So at the market, you're seeing a lot of Zemni or ZEM starting, you know, for the words. And I was looking around like, oh my God, there's my name. And my father was like, calm the fuck down. It means farmer. We're at a farmer's market.
That's awesome. I am using half Jarlsberg because I just really like the cheese and it melts a lot. And I'm using half really just run-of-the-mill what I could find during the pandemic mozzarella. It says it's pizza mozzarella, but as soon as something has to qualify itself as another type of food, I don't generally trust it. So, yeah, they just get mixed together and spread on top.
So
I like a lot of cheese. I don't know about you. Do you like a lot of cheese?
Oh my gosh, I love cheese, and I'm not, you know, I'm not particular to one or another. Cheese, yeah, that and a glass of wine, I'm happy. I'm a happy girl. So I'm just showing to camera. I know you can't see it, Mike, but I've got my pizza all dressed. So I've got my tomatoes on it, my blue cheese, my feta, my basil, bit of oil, and you know what? I feel like adding some capers.
That's adventurous. Those are lovely though. Little salty like explosions.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever cooked them before though, like actually baked them. I wonder how they taste afterwards, whether they dehydrate a little and get stronger, or whether they just kind of like wash out and flavor what's around it.
I love roasting capers, like when I bake a fish, or doing them with seafood. I love how they get kind of crispy and salty and just provide a burst. I'm such a fan. So sweet. This looks good. This looks super fresh. I'm excited to get into this.
Here we go. I've got the first layer of mushrooms down. It's just over top of the sauce.
Awesome.
Now I gotta put the cheese on.
Nice.
Yeah. And I always put a couple blops of like sauce on top afterwards. I don't know why I do that. I just like it.
Yeah. Add a little extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, with my cheese. Perfect. Now, how long are you going to bake your pizza for?
I'm gonna bake it for 12 minutes and then broil it for 3.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And I pretty much just cover the whole top. I don't even worry about the cheese touching the sides.
Yeah.
It's nice to get nice and crispy, cheesy edges too.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put on like another layer of mushrooms on top.
Sweet.
And I did take those whole cloves of garlic out of the sauce, and I put them on a quadrant of the pizza as well.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, you get
garlic crust.
Really garlicky punch in one bite, you know?
That's awesome. That is awesome. Alrighty, so I think mine's about ready to go in the oven. I'm gonna wait though till you got yours in, and mine's gonna go in for about the same time, about 12 minutes, I'd say.
How many episodes have you done so far?
This is episode number 45.
Holy crap, that's awesome.
I know. We're back.
Oh, hi.
It's been a while. What's new?
It's been like 5 minutes. No, it's been 20 minutes.
It's been about
And I think I've created something pretty cool. Let's see if you can see this. Check this out. This is in the pan still.
Ooh, that looks good.
Hi. Not bad. So I'm gonna put you back into the holder up here so I can actually take it out and slice it in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me 1 second, please. Here we go. Ow, that hurt. Ha!
Oh, beauty.
Yeah.
Nice.
Some people will cringe and go, "It's so thick." It's not. It's actually not too bad at all. Just it's a lot of cheese on top.
Oh, that looks so good. Let me get a little plate of mine. All right. Well, bon appetit.
Yeah, bon appetit. This looks great.
Mm. That's so salty and good.
Oh man.
Mm. Oh,
Good.
I'm so happy. I've got the nice acid of the tomato and then the salt of the capers and my blue cheese.
Yeah. Good on this too, actually. With this arrangement. Yeah, I love olives. Capers are kind of Oh, careful, Jen. It's a bit pica. Okay. It's a little bit spicy, so.
Yeah, mine very mild, but just very fresh too, which I dig. It's a nice hot day here today, so you know.
It's a combination I had the other day. Simple combination, but I'd never had it before. It was just like a Domino's pizza, you know, like you have lunchtime with the trades guys doing, because my day job's I do house painting, and we had it was like provolone cheese with onions and olives, and it was phenomenal, like surprisingly good for Domino's, you know.
Yeah, I'm a Domino's fan. I do enjoy Domino's pizza, and I really enjoy. I cannot tell you the joy that the pizza tracker brings me.
Oh, it's fun. It relieves all anxiety because you know exactly where things are. Oh, for anybody in doubt at home, see this? This is like, it's really baked straight through. See there?
Absolutely.
So, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's right there. It's fully baked. Like there's
Okay.
no give to it.
Yeah.
The whole wheat crust, it feels a bit like an attempt to eat something healthier just because you can.
Hmm.
But it's not quite as good as all-purpose, in my opinion. But
Yeah. I definitely notice a texture difference when I'm consuming a product whole wheat based. You know, you feel good inside because you're like, oh, it's whole wheat. But I do prefer the all-purpose. I won't lie. And then if you like a light, thin crust pizza, I totally recommend puff pastry. It's kind of different, but
it's kind of like a baklava of pizza.